We back. We back. We back. We back.
I'm back too.
Yeah, this is Howie Mandel. This is Howie Mandel Does Stuff, the podcast with my lovely
daughter.
Yeah, good.
You're like,
we don't have Maury Povich here, so I just always want to make sure I am the father.
On every show, you want to make sure that you're the father?
You never know. These people who come on Maury Povich have been together and taking care of the baby for like 2 and 3 years old. How do they not know yet? So I always make sure. Though today, my daughter and I are starting the podcast not getting along because I decided to carpool to work and Jackie drove. And that became a little bit of a problem.
Well, because you are controlling AF, first of all. So yeah, it's a problem. I mean, this hasn't changed. You've always
AF.
As fuck.
You don't say that to your father.
Well, that's why I said AF.
Oh, it was an acronym.
You are controlling AF, which hasn't changed at all since I've been a kid. But
you're an I.
What?
Idiot.
Oh.
You're an idiot because I'm controlling as fuck. We've been, for those that don't know, we live in Los Angeles, California, and this is where I work. This is where I do America's Got Talent. This is where I did Deal or No Deal. This is where we live. This is where I raised my kids. I have lived here for 45 years. I know my way around. I've got such a keen sense of direction. I am an amazing, I'm not a great driver, but I always know where I am. I never get lost. On the other hand, this apple did fall really far from the tree.
No, I've never gotten lost. I have a good sense of direction, and unlike you, I was born here in LA.
But I was here before you were born.
But you weren't born here.
Okay, so I'm gonna and feel free to comment and go to what do you always tell people to do about our podcast?
Howie@castmedia.com is the email.
No, but because I want to know whether I'm right about this. And the point is that you took longer to get here. We're starting a little later today because you took longer to get here because you will only make right turns. You will not make lefts. There are no left, but it's so much faster to make a right and then a left and then come here. You know, you will go out of your way just to not make a left turn.
First of all, I didn't think it was out of my way. I actually think it's faster because if you're making a left-hand turn when there's not a stop sign, when there's not a traffic light on a busy street, then you're gonna have to wait probably for a long time for the cars to pass in order to make a left. So I went past it so that I could make rights.
So she went, I'm talking to the people that are here.
Stupid.
She went, it's not stupid. You don't always make rights. Lefts are fun. Lefts are important. Lefts
are fun.
Lefts get us. Can you imagine if she was an EMT or an ambulance driver? How many patients would you lose? And you'd go, it's so much better if I just make rights.
I admit it took a little bit longer to get here, but that wasn't because of the direction I took or deciding to make the right-hand turn. It was because when we got here, then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, there just happened to be a huge Ralph's semi-truck that was going beep, 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 like back and forth.
First of all, semi-trucks don't come out of nowhere. There's always a good chance there's going to be either another vehicle on the street when we're driving.
But not because I just made a right, not because you make rights.
If you would have gone the way I went, we would have been behind the truck and we wouldn't have had to wait for the truck to back in.
But there's no anticipating.
Can I just say something? I'm right. Anyway, we've had a week. Have you had a good week? How's your foot?
Up until today, it was great.
Yeah, we argued the whole way in. Yeah. And then I'm arguing with her, and she says, don't tell me. Don't tell me on the podcast. So I'm sitting there angry, going, make up. And she goes, no, don't talk now. We'll talk on the podcast. So I just sat there seething and angry, waiting for a semi-truck to back out. And that's the sound that you were making is the truck. That's not a truck backing out, no. Okay. If we had more, if Cast Media would spend more in production, we might have a backup sound. Is there any backup sounds? Mackenzie's looking at.
No.
That's Mackenzie. Let's see.
Hey, back up.
All right. So that's our crack production team. That was Mackenzie with the crickets, and that was Rich with the backup. That was great.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
So The dreaded summer is right around the corner. It's like here. Dreaded summer. I mean, it's not dreaded for everyone, but for us parents, it is the dreaded summer because that means our kids are not in school, they're home, and we don't want there to be like summer learning loss, which is also what we call it when you're a teacher. I was a teacher, which is why I have KiwiCo. Do you know KiwiCo?
No, but I have summer learning loss.
Well, then we'll get KiwiCo for you too. They're curated crates that make sure that your kids have hands-on guided activities.
Oh, I know that. Mm-hmm. You know that I think that they were sending it to your house because of your kids, and I got one. Mm-hmm. And I didn't know it was for the kids. I built a pencil sharpener. Oh,
the pencil sharpener, yes. And I told you my kids loved the claw machine. They started building claws, but there's so many other things they could do. They built like a kaleidoscope and stuff like that. And there's one for every different age groups. My kids have been obsessed, both of them. Okay. Basically, KiwiCo is for you to cultivate your child's natural creativity and curiosity with new hands-on projects. And they have a new one every single month, so they never get bored.
KiwiCo does the legwork for you so you can spend more quality time tackling projects together. I like doing it myself. But they're really good because not only are you building something, not only are you having fun, I think you learn at the same time.
Yeah, and the best part about KiwiCo is you can watch your kids' confidence grow, and obviously my kids smile and laugh, and we have fun the whole time. They don't even know they're learning, but they are.
Have you noticed my confidence grow? And look at my smile.
Amazing. I can tell you've been doing KiwiCo.
Yes. Yeah. And guess what? You can get 30% off your first month plus free shipping on any crate with code Howie, Howie, at kiwico.com.
And just so we're clear, that is 30% off your first month at kiwico.com, promo code Howie.
This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp. And that's BetterHelp, not health. Help. HELP.
We love BetterHelp. We've talked about this before. BetterHelp is amazing because both of us are big proponents of taking care of your mental health, which is exactly what BetterHelp does.
It is amazing. And you don't know where to look. There isn't a person alive that doesn't need help, that doesn't need a coping skill, that doesn't, we're big proponents of mental health, but especially with the year that we've gone through and all the pressure that is on everybody of any age, the answer is here with BetterHelp. How do we get help? How do we get better help? This is the place.
Yeah, so BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist. You can start communicating in under 48 hours, so it's really, really quick. Plus, it's not a crisis line. It's not a self-help line. It's professional counseling done securely online, so you don't have to even leave your house.
Okay, the service is available for clients worldwide. You get timely and thoughtful responses. Plus, you can schedule weekly video or phone sessions so you won't ever have to sit in an uncomfortable waiting room again.
Yeah, BetterHelp wants you to start living a happier life today. So visit their website and read their testimonials that are posted daily. You can see that everyone loves BetterHelp.
Yeah, it's amazing. In fact, so many people have been using BetterHelp that they're recruiting additional counselors in all 50 states. So it tells us that it works, it's expanding, it's growing. Be part of that movement. We have a special offer for Howie Mandel Does Stuff listeners.
You can get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/Howie.
I got to say that the podcast, I know most people just stream it or watch it on YouTube, but I'd like you to download and share. And I thought that was a moment that people would probably want to download and share. People are going to say, did you listen to Howie Mandel Does Stuff like that this episode? Because they have the most amazing backup sounds. And that alone is our signature piece.
That's what sets us apart from all the other podcasts.
So, anything you want to catch up on before because we got a lot of things today. I did a bunch of prank calls, and we had listeners or viewers. I don't know whether you watched it on YouTube or you listened to it wherever you listen to podcasts. They contact us and tell us things and who they are, where they're from, where their family is, and we engage in pranking family members and friends and just having good time. That's my favorite thing to do, is prank.
Prank people. We can do that. I mean, I had a lot of stuff planned that I wanted to talk to you about.
Talk to me for a minute. We'll do. It doesn't have to be first. I'm just saying that stuff's coming up, and then there's going to be some amazing reveals.
Are you making up bullshit as you go along, Dad?
Yeah.
What reveal is there? Yeah, I have a reveal. I have a reveal.
Okay, go ahead.
My dad is the new T-Pain.
What?
You are the new T-Pain.
How did I become T-Pain?
So last night we were on Instagram Live together. And we were talking to the people that were watching about tuning into the podcast, coming in actually today,
right,
so that we can talk to them live on the podcast.
Right.
And then we started talking about DMs. And I said, oh, they should DM our producer. And she said, I don't want any creepos DMing me, is what she said, I think. And you go, don't worry, if you're not following them, they can't DM you. And I go, yes, they can. And you're like, no, they can't. I go, yes, they can.
Doesn't DM stand for like AF, like direct message? So how do you direct message somebody you're not following?
It goes into a separate folder. Have you not seen T-Pain? This is what I mean. You are the new T-Pain.
No, I didn't follow
There is
T-Pain's
a whole
social.
separate folder in your Instagram that I guess you wouldn't know. You're old AF. And
Enough with the, just say.
But there is
Stop
a whole
using the
separate
F
folder
letter.
that people can contact you in.
You don't use the fuck word when you're talking to your parents.
That's why I'm saying AF. Anyways,
but we get it.
So I took it upon myself to figure out how to log into your Instagram and go into that folder and to see if it's the same thing, who's been messaging you and who you haven't been seeing and who you haven't been responding.
Well, I've been on Instagram now for what, 5 years, 6 years? How long have I been on Instagram? I was on Twitter like when it first came up, but I don't remember when I got on Instagram. Maybe even more, 10 years.
You were on Periscope. You were on MySpace. You were on everything when it first comes. Yeah.
So when it first came up, I don't know how long Instagram has been, but I didn't know. And now I don't even, maybe because I'm old AF, I didn't bother. You know, I like posting my stuff, reading other people's stuff. I don't use, like if I want to communicate with somebody, I use, what's that called? Telephone. So I'll use that. Oh, there it is. T-Pain missed years of Instagram DBs from, he had Viola Davis, Fergie, and a dozen other celebrities.
DMs. Instagram DMs.
What did I say?
DBs.
DBs are direct bitches.
Yeah.
Direct bitches are, what's a DB? Did I say DBs?
Yeah.
I think that's the volume of sound, DBs, right? Mm-hmm. Isn't a DB, how many?
Decibel.
Yeah, it is. Oh, wow. So T-Pain, and it went viral on TikTok?
Yeah. Watch the video. You'll see. I don't know if you saw the video.
I didn't see it. So so now I've never seen, how do I even see my DMs?
Okay, so I pulled it up for you. I just logged in for you. Okay. I'm going to go through the list right now of people that you haven't seen that you've missed messages from.
All right.
Okay, you ready?
But you're saying, even if you list these names, okay, but they would be names like, so anybody can DM me.
Yes, anyone can DM you.
So I always say, and we talked about this last night on Instagram Live, that people always go, "You idiot, check your DMs," and I never do, and it's always, and I love you. I'm talking to the fans. I love you, and I don't mean any disrespect, but I like social media because I like posting and reading. I don't have a pen pal. So I don't ever check anybody's DMs. So I would imagine that the list of DMs that you're about to bring up are names that I don't know, but they're fans and they follow me.
Well, I don't want to get your hopes up. Like Viola Davis did not DM you, I don't think, from what I can see in here. But you do have some pretty great names. So Lily Pons sent you a message.
Oh, really?
Never responded to
And I didn't respond.
No.
I know her. I didn't respond.
Brent Rivera.
Wait. When did she send the message? What do you have? What is the date of that message?
It's too late, Dad. That was like 26 weeks ago.
26 weeks ago? And I didn't answer her?
Yeah. No, these are years. Some of them are like 86 weeks ago.
86 weeks ago?
Some of them, yeah. Brent Rivera, TikTok. E-News sent you a message. Josh Peck. Josh, do you know Josh Peck?
No.
Karen, yes, you do. Yes, you do know Josh.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't really know what that is. Drake, is that a Disney thing? Nicole.
Well, he knows you because he said, Howie, great to meet you, my man. So, like, he met you.
So, can you answer on there?
From 66 weeks ago? You want me to answer him now? Okay.
Yeah. Say, great to meet you, too.
He sent you a whole thing to do work, if you want to do work together.
Oh, yeah.
With John Stamos, Casey Neistat, Jeff Ross. Do you want to do it?
Yeah.
From 66 weeks ago?
Yeah. Let's send an answer and let's see how quickly they listen to DMs.
Zach Braff.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Rosie Perez. Yeah. Karen Gillan.
I don't know who that is.
Supreme Patty. Paul. Hold on.
Well, let's just start with
Kinsey.
I know Kinsey, but I didn't.
Yolanda Hadid.
Wow.
Jimmy Kimmel.
How many weeks ago?
That was 50 weeks ago.
What did Jimmy want? What did he say?
Sophie Dossie. I don't know. I don't want to go into Derek Huff.
Wow.
Yeah, Dylan Francis.
Wow.
Drew Scott. Drew Scott messaged you.
The Scott brothers.
Hey, he said. Hey. Never messaged him back.
So go back. Hey. What? Just type back.
You want to message these people after 86 weeks of not responding to them?
Just say, great to hear from you. Send somebody a DM back. Do people, when you get a DM, are you notified right away?
Yes. Well, hold on. No, because I asked Alex, your son, about this because I'm like, why doesn't dad know that these people are messaging him? And he says, I turned off his notification so that he's not notified every second of the day. So normally people are notified when people message you. You're not. So you can take it up with Alex.
So 80 weeks. 80 weeks is like a year and that's more. It's like almost 2 years. Mm-hmm. So who is Jimmy? Jimmy Kimmel. How long ago was that?
I don't know. Let me find them. These are all like 50 weeks ago.
So great to hear from you. Let's make plans. Write that.
Really?
Great to hear from you. Let's make plans. Let's do that.
I think he just mentioned you in his story, but do you want me to write back to him?
He mentioned me?
Yeah.
Jimmy?
Yeah.
The other night, Heidi Klum was on, I saw, and she...
Oh, you have messages from them, too, that you've never responded. Like
them? Who is them?
Heidi, Sophia, they've been messaging you in here, and you don't respond, too. And you're friends with them.
You know what's weird? Even at work, they'll talk to me and I don't answer. I say, save it for the camera. And Sophia goes, but Howie. Do I not? Sophia called me and I didn't answer?
Yeah, let's go over there. Yeah.
Really?
I'll see when.
When? Find out, because now I feel bad.
Okay.
I feel really
bad.
Well,
I need to go through like all your messages to find out. Like, Bob Saget, you never responded to him.
Are you serious?
Brandon Leak, you didn't respond to.
Really?
Heidi Klum, yeah.
I didn't respond to anybody?
Megan, Mahogany Locks. Mm-hmm.
She was a model on our show?
Yeah. So there's a lot of people.
I feel bad that these people messaged me and I hadn't called.
Jew Payne.
Who? Oh, Jew Payne. Instead of T-Pain, you're calling me Jew Payne. Uh-huh. So you have messaged me if you're a fan or somebody I work with. The blame is Alex Mandel. Alex Mandel is my son who helps me with my social media, and he turned off my notifications. If I would have had my notifications on, I would have gotten right back to you. But my son was overthinking and thought, oh, he's going to get a ton of DMs. We don't want to bother my father. He's such a busy man. And now I haven't talked to Jimmy Kimmel in 2.5 years.
Yeah.
Because of Alex Mandel.
You missed out on a lot of great opportunities, Dad.
Wow.
There are movies, television.
Who's backing up?
Crickets.
Who's backing? Somebody's backing up right in the middle of our show. Is that a Ralph semi truck? Yeah. Thank you, Mackenzie. Mackenzie? I called, besides fans phoning in, Mackenzie, who's a producer on the show, told me, where do you come from? North Carolina, right?
North Carolina, yeah.
Yeah, North Carolina. She just moved out here, and she used to work at a restaurant in North Carolina, and you gave me the number because you knew the people that worked there. This is what we're asking listeners and viewers to do. And she gave me the name of the manager of the restaurant. I go, come on, let me just phone her. You gave me that the other day. I called her.
Yeah. I'm very excited to hear the story.
Well, they were looking, I don't know, how did you get this information that they were looking for a new host or?
I messaged a friend who still worked there.
Oh, said they're looking for a host.
A hostess, yeah.
Hostess?
Hostess. I've never seen a guy as a host there, but, you never know.
I called for the job. They didn't discriminate. They didn't say, oh, it's for women. They did not say that. Are they not allowed to do that?
No, they can definitely hire men.
But how come there has never been a man working there? What kind of place is it?
It's at the beach. I just feel like a guy's never applied for a hostess, and they usually...
Well, stop saying hostess. Pronouns, people. Do you not know what millennium you're in? It's not a hostess.
Host.
Okay, so I anyway, they've never applied. So I applied to be a hostess. What kind of restaurant or club or pub? It's a pub, right?
Yeah, it's a pub. So it's called.
When you hear it now, that beep is we're not going to give the name. Put the beep on it, and then no, later. It's like the backing up. Beep and beep and now some more back. There we go. Wow, this is like a well-oiled machine. On Uber, when I take Uber, you could click like your preferences, right? Mm-hmm. And there's a preference on Uber that says no conversation. What is the preference on Uber? Do you know what I'm talking about? Anybody there?
I think you just put it like in your comments. You say, "Don't talk to me."
No. There is a button on their app where you can say, you don't want to be talked to. So you don't have to type it in. It's just there. So I would always type in no conversation because some people just want quiet and they don't want to do that. But I do like talking. But I would type in no conversation, no talking. And then as soon as I got in the back, I'd go, "How you doing?" And he or she would go, "Fine." And I go, "No, you saw the app. It says no talking." So do you do this? Do you do this full time? And they would go, "Yeah, well, I do it. No, don't talk to me, please. Don't."
Do you have a bad rating on Uber? Do you know you get rated? Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. You can get rated, and so I'm assuming.
I got to a point where they took away so many stars. I had to move to Lyft.
Yeah.
I have a different way of getting to pranks. I don't want to make any laughs.
Okay.
So it's a little bit longer, but I'm getting there. Anyway, I was asking
My dad
Mackenzie.
likes lefts and full circles. Get it?
No.
He went full circle with that joke. It keeps coming around.
Oh, like a callback.
Yeah, like a cul-de-sac.
Like a cul-de-sac of humor. I used to talk about that in my act. I used to talk about how when I was a little kid, my parents bought me a Monopoly set. Uh-huh. And I took all the little houses from the Monopoly set, all the little plastic houses, and I had to go to the hospital. I put glue, like model glue, on the little houses, and I stuck them to my testicles.
Okay, are we doing the prank? Are we doing the prank now?
Do you know what it was? Why I did that?
No, I think we should just move on. I don't think we should have an explanation. No.
I considered it my cul-de-sac.
Okay.
Little joke for the kids. When you're sitting with your daughter, nothing like a good
God forbid I should say AF, but my dad can say that he glued houses to his testicles and called it a cul-de-sac.
So anyway, tell me, Mackenzie, before, what kind of place? Like, what is the atmosphere in this place?
So there's a bunch of pictures of Edgar Allan Poe. That's the theme. Lots of drinking, usually older, people who can 21 and up.
That's a bar. I think
older
when you,
people.
Older. How old are you? You're not 21?
I'm about to be 24.
Right. So older. You're like the old people that could drink at the bar. It's a bar. It's called. And it's got a bar where people can drink, not regular people, older people, people who are over 21.
So I say that because families would bring their kids, and I just don't feel like it's really a family environment when there's like people falling out of their chairs because they're like so drunk.
So it's a loud, boisterous party place on the beach.
Classy though, but yes.
Classy?
A little classy.
Classy with people falling out of their chairs. Yeah.
You said there's people so drunk they're falling off their stools, and other people are bringing their kids.
Yes.
So you always bring your
bar,
kids. I know. Class. Nothing but class. So what do you think they would look for in a hostess like me?
Smile, polite.
Soft-spoken. Is that important?
No, honestly, I feel like you have to be a little bit more of like a go-getter as a host because people will kind of have an attitude with you.
But isn't it good to be soft-spoken?
I don't know. I feel like that's something they've put on women throughout like the centuries. So
how did this become I wasn't talking about men and women. What has been put on women? To be soft-spoken?
To be soft-spoken, meek.
No, I just thought it was good as that was my idea. You said I was applying for the job as a hostess, or a host. And I thought, why wouldn't they hire somebody who's soft-spoken? I always hear soft-spoken as an asset, right? Oh, you'll really like this person. They're so soft-spoken and enjoyable.
No, not anymore.
What do you mean, not anymore?
Like, it's all about being strong and outspoken and independent. You're
Strong.
old AF.
No, not for employees.
I would beg to differ.
You're fired.
Yeah.
I thought soft-spoken. Anyway, that was the premise that I went with. I was going to be the most soft-spoken host in the history of hosting. I figured I want to be memorable. So I called, you gave me the name of the person. She told me to
I do have something I want to say, though, about vaginas before you...
This would be the perfect time to talk about vaginas before
you call in
become a soft-spoken hostess. Go ahead.
So last time we were on the podcast, I don't know if this one aired yet, but last time we were on the podcast, you made fun of me because I said labia minora, right? And you're like, ha, 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 it's not minora, it's majora. But I've been watching TikTok and I found out there's two labias, and there's a minora and a majora. And the minora is the deli section. The like... And the majora is the outer one that, like, you can see, everyone can see. And, like, some people have a larger menorah than others. You know what I'm saying? There's two.
No, but I'm picturing looking at the same vagina for 8 nights.
There's a majora, which is the outer lips, and a menorah, which is the inner lips. And the inner lips are the ones that are, like, they can be, like, deli meat-ish.
So anyway, I made this prank call, and...
I just wanted to get it straight that I wasn't wrong. There was menorah, too.
Oh, my God. I'm going to rename this podcast to I Told You So. Anything that's going to keep me away from people that could give me stuff, I'm happy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
The pharmacy?
Yes.
No, I don't like the pharmacy either. I mean, it's dirty, it's inconvenient, but that is why I found Capsule, and I absolutely love it because you no longer have to go to a pharmacy. You can just get everything to your house.
All your refills of prescriptions.
Yeah. Capsule is a new kind of pharmacy that hand delivers your prescription the same day for free. Absolutely free.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's easy. This is how it works. To start, you visit capsule.com. It only takes about 15 seconds, I'd say, to sign up. When your prescription is ready, Capsule will text you, schedule free delivery at the time of your choice.
Yeah, and then a Capsule courier hand delivers your medication to your door straight from their pharmacy in a tamper-proof package. It's totally secure, and if you have any questions, you can call, text, or email with an expert pharmacist. It is that simple. No more waiting in line, no more driving to the pharmacy, no more forgetting refills, and best of all, even though it's way better experience, it doesn't cost any more money. It's amazing.
It's better than it costs the same as the regular pharmacy, and you're getting twice the service.
Yeah, exactly.
I also remember when I first met your mother, she was in a tamper-free package.
Yeah, that's why you kept her. Yes. Capsule accepts all major insurance and is currently available in New York City and the surrounding tri-state area: Austin, Boston, Chicago, the Twin Cities, and LA. And there's other cities coming soon as well. So to sign up, visit capsule.com to get your prescription hand delivered today for free. That is capsule.com. I have been trying Public Goods recently. I absolutely love it. I have a bunch of their stuff. I actually really also like their packaging because it's sustainable packaging, but it looks nice. It's none of like that colorful stuff that looks wonky all around your house.
Well, I think the point of it is that everything, no matter what the product is, it's sustainable, it's healthy, it's good for the environment, and that's what's inside that you're using, and even the way it's packaged.
And you know what my favorite is?
No.
The hand washing soap.
Well,
it smells really good.
That's my daughter.
Yeah.
That's my daughter. She loves the hand washing.
Right. And this episode is obviously brought to you by Public Goods, the one-stop shop for sustainable, high-quality, everyday essentials made from clean ingredients at an affordable price. Everything from coffee to toilet paper and shampoo and pet food. Public Goods is your new everything store, thoughtfully designed for the conscious consumer, which is us. Duh. Public Good members can buy all of their premium essentials in one place with one beautiful, streamlined aesthetic. So everything looks amazing. Like I was saying, all around my house. Love it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Guess what? I worked out an awesome deal just for the listeners where they can receive $15 off your first Public Goods order with no minimum purchase.
Ooh.
That's right. They are so confident that you'll absolutely love their products and come back again that they're giving you $15 to spend on your first purchase.
You know what I heard?
No.
Plus, right now, receive your choice of either a free pack of bamboo straws or reusable food storage wraps with your order. So you get free stuff, and who doesn't love free stuff? You have nothing to lose. Just go to publicgoods.com/Howie or use promo code Howie at checkout. That is publicgoods.com/Howie to receive $15 off your first order.
So anyway, this is me calling Mackenzie's ex-manager. Her name is Sabery, and maybe we'll beep the place, but it's North Carolina. They're looking for a host or a hostess, and I thought I really want to push my asset of being incredibly soft-spoken. So here we go.
Hi, this is Sabery.
Hello, I'm calling about a job, your host position.
For a host position?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Have you already applied?
That's why I'm calling. I got your name now, so that's why I'm talking to you now.
What's your name?
Howard?
I'm sorry, I'm having trouble hearing you. Could you speak up?
Howard.
You said Al?
Howard.
Howard. And you said you were emailing us?
I'm interested in being a host.
When did you email us?
No, I never emailed. I didn't email. Okay. Is this Sabery?
So you didn't email.
Is this Sabery?
It is.
Yeah, so I was told to talk to you and that you would be the person to make the decision. That you would make the decision.
I'm sorry, it's really difficult to hear you. Is it possible for you to call me on a different phone?
Do you want me to call you right back?
Yeah, let's try that. It might be the connection that we have.
I'm going to call you right back, okay?
Okay, sounds good. Bye.
Bye.
But she's a problem solver. You can see that.
It gives me anxiety.
It's like, isn't it like SMR?
It's actually giving
ASMR?
me physical. I know I get anxiety anyways with like everything, but that literally gave me like physical anxiety. I'm calling back.
Of course, she just told me to. Here we go.
Hi, is this Howard?
Yes, it is.
Okay, I can hear you a little better now. Okay, so you're calling to inquire about a host position?
Yeah.
We are still hiring. We're interviewing. As we get applications in, I like to call and set up interviews for the following week. So did you say you have or have not yet applied?
Well, I did apply, and then they told me that the thing, and I was over at the beat, so that they came in, and I said, I just want to work with people, and I want to go. So can you do it over the phone? Is that possible?
Can we do what?
Interview.
An interview from home?
No, I was just saying that I don't, whatever time, I don't want to make it inconvenient.
Can you stop this? Can you stop?
Okay. What?
When you were thinking of the premise for this prank phone call and you knew that this was going to be on a podcast, you thought that this would be a good prank phone call for a podcast when it's all about listening and sound quality?
Can't you hear Sabery clearly?
I can hear. Is Sabery? Is that her name? I can hear Sabery. It's so annoying. It's so annoying. You're so annoying, especially to the listeners at home. I'm assuming.
No, I think it's funny.
I guess.
Can I?
You can go on, I guess. I just think that this was like a really bad.
I think people are going to really enjoy it.
Dad.
No, I think they're really going to enjoy it.
No, I don't think so. When you're thinking of a premise for a podcast that's all about sound, you don't go with barely being able to hear you.
It's the kind of place where they want a soft-spoken host.
Okay.
All right.
Here I go. Continuing.
Here you go.
But you said you have applied.
Yeah, that's what I'm calling in that case. Savory, right? Is it Savory?
Yes, this is Savory.
Right. So go ahead, whatever you want to ask. I'm open, like an open book.
My concern at this very moment is, it sounds like you're whispering. Do you always sound like you're whispering, or are you in a situation?
These are good questions.
Do you always sound like this?
You're whispering. I love that.
That is a good question, though.
What do I always sound like I'm whispering?
Yeah.
You know, for me, this was enjoyable because I can't tell you the sound that I hear most my entire life. I'm 65 years old. The one sound I hear most is shh.
Yeah.
And my wife and you guys going, you're so loud. Why do you have to talk loud? So this was the opposite of me. And I thought, what a great, isn't that pleasant when you come to a place like, welcome to how many? I'm sorry, how many in your party?
But usually we tell you shh because you're annoying. This does not solve that problem,
Well,
Dad.
At least I'm consistent. Okay, let's continue. She asked if do I always sound like this? Okay.
Where you can't really talk?
No, this is how I'm always, this is, no, I mean, if you want me to whisper,
Gotcha.
No.
Because, the host position, especially with the masks, it's very important that people speak very clearly and loudly.
Okay, so
for our customers to be able to hear them and understand them clearly.
So do you want me to whisper? You want me to whisper? Would you rather I whisper? Is that what you're saying?
I'm sorry, I can't hear what you're saying at all.
Oh, I thought that you were still telling me to whisper. That you want me to. Do you want me to whisper?
No, I was saying it sounds like you're whispering, and I'm concerned that if this is, your normal volume of speaking, that my customers be able to understand you. And in the customer service aspect of the industry, it's very important that people are able to understand you clearly.
Isn't that like discriminating? Or wouldn't that be considered discriminating?
No, sir. If you would like to work in a position that's not as based in personability.
Wait, personability? Is that a word? Is that a word? Personability?
She's looking it up. They're like, no one knows.
But it's really weird in this day and age because I go, isn't that discriminatory? As soon as like management hears discrimination or something like that, they get. She's like freaked now. She's freaked. No, I'm saying personability. I want personability.
Wait.
Is it a word?
Is it a word?
Personable. I know that. Oh, personability. She's right.
Okay, so she is right.
But why are you quiet? Why being quiet is not personable?
It doesn't matter.
She is right. It is a word. Okay. So she's got a suggestion for me. She's not negating me because she doesn't want to discriminate. Listen to her suggestion. Here it goes.
That's not as based in personability, like a back-of-house position, we would absolutely still, interested.
Can I just say that if I was standing at the back of the house, it would be hard to hear what you're saying if I was there in the back.
You were in the back when?
No, you're saying the back-of-house position, but if I was in the back, it would be hard to hear you from the back, wouldn't it? Like if I was that far away.
Yes, I'm not really following, but you said you got your application in, so if you'd like to be considered for a back house position, I can forward that to Jeremy, our kitchen manager. Up front.
You're saying it, but it sounds like it's discrimination.
Sir, if you'd like to come meet with me in person, we can talk about it some more, but I don't discriminate against people, but I do fit the best fit applicants for the front house, and personality has a lot to go into that.
But I have a very outgoing personality, and I love just being out in public and doing things like that, so why wouldn't I?
Okay, well, if you'd like to come in and meet with me, you can.
How could she not tell how outgoing I am?
I love this lady. She seems so nice.
You have to also know that I called. I took the time. When I called, that's why I was asking you, Mackenzie, what it was. It seemed like, and I called in the afternoon, so it's not like I would think it would be a late night bar, but in the afternoon, it was as noisy AF.
Yeah.
It was like packed. It was like an adult Chuck E. Cheese, it sounded like. So that's where I got the idea. It was so noisy. She ended up taking the phone in another room too.
Yeah.
And she told me to call back. When it was so noisy, that's what triggered me to be the opposite. I thought it would be a fun hidden camera to be that host where you can see me and people come in and I could never understand what they're saying. How many in your party? Sorry. Could you follow? I said, follow me right this way. I said, follow me right this way. It's making me nervous.
I know.
Let's continue.
I'm not joking. I'm getting anxiety.
Really?
Yeah.
So you don't want to hear the end?
You can do it.
Thank you. You're not the boss of me. I can do whatever I want. Here we go.
They'd have done it between what would you want, September?
I'm sorry?
I'm saying that if you like, I think that I would be the perfect fit for the job.
Okay.
So what are my hours?
Would you like to come in for an interview?
I'd rather not, but what are my hours?
I don't hire people over the phone.
Isn't it just based on like a sense that you get about somebody? Like, how do you know somebody just meeting them for 10 minutes? I mean, this way, I'm willing to, give up my time, my energy, just be there.
It sounds like you weren't interested in giving your time and energy for an interview.
No, I'm sensing that you're, discriminating.
You keep throwing around the word discrimination. I don't feel like I violated any protected classes. You also called from an anonymous number, which kind of makes me think that this isn't a legitimate job inquiry anyway. If you come meet with me in person and do anything to sway me otherwise, that you would be a great employee for the front of house.
Go ahead, ask me.
I'm an open-minded person.
I know, but just
the way that this phone conversation's going, if we were having this conversation in person, I wouldn't feel, especially considering like the other applicants that I've interviewed, I wouldn't feel like you have any, competitive edge over my other applicants.
I don't have
a competitive edge.
I don't have a competitive edge. Just because, 4 out of 5 applicants seem to speak out loud.
Yeah.
They use their outside voice, and you're using your inside voice. So I don't think you're. But she's kind of nervous because I keep calling that discrimination thing. Really.
To hire the best fit for the restaurant.
Right,
personality goes a lot into that.
But don't you think that's
fairly
discrimination?
agreeable or nice or friendly, and I haven't really gotten that from this conversation.
Well, see, that's to me that is discrimination because you're going.
I'm having trouble understanding you because of the volume, and so I feel like that may not be the best representation for you, which is why I offered to meet with you if you want to come up here in person.
But why would
to give you an opportunity to leave a different impression than the one that I've gotten from you over the phone today.
What is the impression
The impression I've gotten from the phone call has not been great, and I'm still having trouble understanding you.
Why? Can you share with me why it's not great? I just share with me why it's not great. To make that kind of decision based on a 3-minute phone call just seems unfair. This seems like that is discriminating when you're.
Hey, to put it generally, when I sit down to interview somebody, I take a lot of things into consideration. One of them is how comfortable I feel in the interview with, a prospective applicant. If I feel uncomfortable in the interview or the conversation that I have with that person, then it makes me, feel like my customers might also feel the same kind of just general not at ease.
But why?
Which is kind of the opposite of the environment that we aim to provide in the hospitality industry.
No, I know, but why are you?
Like I said, I'm not trying to discriminate against you. If you'd like to come in person, you think that might give you a better representation of who you are and what kind of worker you might be. I'm an open-minded person, and
Sabri,
will give you an opportunity.
But Sabri, why?
Yourself.
Well, Sabri, the question I have is, you don't know me, and we've just met, and there's no reason to be yelling at me. Normal. Why would you be yelling at me like that?
Oh, I'm so sorry, sir. I have not raised my voice to you one time.
I mean, just even there's no reason to scream at me. You don't even know me. I will come in, but you don't even know me. Why would you raise your voice to me like that?
See, now you're becoming argumentative, and I haven't hired you, and I haven't, interviewed you. It doesn't really make me feel favorable towards your employment. Do you understand?
Can we just talk like normal people? There's no reason to scream.
Sir, I'm not yelling at you. I'm going to let you go now. You have a great day, okay?
This is discriminatory. I don't know. Who can I speak to?
So, you know what's weird?
Huh.
I got the job. No, I didn't get the job, but I don't give up. You know that about me.
You didn't do it again. You didn't call back again. Did you call back again? Oh my gosh, Dad.
Thank you for calling.
Yeah, is Sabri, please?
This is.
Hi, Sabri. It's me. It's Howard again. I just wanted to apologize, and I think you're right. I welcome it.
Sir, I'm not interested in interviewing you. I hope you have a good day. Good luck with your other employment.
No, but you said that you wanted me to come in. Wasn't that the issue?
Sir, if we want to interview you, we'll pull your number from your application. We'll give you a call.
I'll be there in about half an hour.
Have a good day, Howard.
I'm coming in half an hour.
Okay.
Sabri.
Howard.
What? Sabri. 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 Sabri.
Well, anyway, I was soft-spoken. Savory has a lot of patience, but she
does.
discriminates and she's a screamer.
No, not at all.
Really?
That's the kind of person you want working for you. I feel like she's staying very calm. I would not stay that calm in that situation. She explained herself to you. Yesterday, we were on Instagram Live, and we had asked people to come on and give us Would You Rather? Because I wanted to play Would You Rather. Someone suggested that in the comments.
We want to play Would You Rather. You know you were on Instagram Live right now.
No, I know. That's why I'm bringing it up. But I was reading the comments on our YouTube channel, which you could go subscribe to us on YouTube and watch this podcast on there. I read every single comment. And one of the comments was saying that we should try playing Would You Rather. And I think it's a great idea to have the people on Instagram Live to give us suggestions, like Would You Rather suggestions. And so let's see if people right now, live, can give us Would You Rather suggestions, and you can answer them, Dad. I guess I can answer some of them too.
Wow. Yes, people are asking, what is this, a podcast?
Yes, it is a podcast. And I guess we're kind of live right now because we're on Instagram Live while we're doing this.
Yeah, on Instagram Live, and we're doing it. And so let's see. No, I'm not being held captive. People still think from TikTok that I'm being held captive.
Oh, there we are, live on the screen. She's broadcasting it live on the screen. That's what people are seeing. So we can see the Would You Rather questions on there.
Oh, I see.
Would you rather eat a pile of dead flies or never be able to taste again? That's a good one.
Well, why don't you just take both?
No,
I'd lose
that's
my
not the way it
taste and
works.
then I'd rather eat dead flies. That sounds like protein.
Okay.
Except I'd feel bad about killing. I don't kill bugs or flies.
Okay. All right. Well then.
These aren't good would you rathers. I thought you would be. Would you rather go blind or deaf? Well, that's a good question. Would you rather be like lose your hearing or your sight?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't
I'm
know.
thinking of my
that's
kids.
a good one.
Why are you saying hearing, Rich? What?
You want to be able to see.
There's the reason.
It's so matter of fact. That's your reason? Why?
To get around, you can see everything. You can adapt to hear.
But then I'll never hear my kids' voices and them say I love you again.
Oh. Okay, here's another good one from Heather Jane. Would you rather lose your legs or your hands?
I'd rather lose my hands. Because I want to walk. Right now
you could walk on your hands.
I have a bum ankle and it sucks. So I don't want to not
People
have
are
legs.
on here saying, "Are you the guy from Little Monsters?" Yes. Would you rather? Here we go. Would you rather be a bear with shark arms, or would you rather be a shark with bear arms? No.
I know.
No. You do know?
Yeah.
I don't even understand the question.
I'd rather be a bear with shark arms because sharks are going extinct in the ocean and they're being killed off like at a rapid rate. So I'd rather be a bear.
Here's a good one, but
But you're not answering any of them,
I know,
Dad.
but here's one that I don't want to answer, but it's a great question.
Okay. What?
Rich, let me ask you. Rich, here.
Yeah.
Would you rather do the first 99% of a blowjob or the last 1%? Rich?
DJ, our producer, was just asking about that.
Yeah.
DJ, what do you think?
First 99%.
Yeah.
Because you want a good, 15 minutes instead of last. Oh, my God. That is a good question. These people are actually funny. They're getting funnier.
Would you rather be able to fly but only 2 inches off the ground or become invisible but only for a few seconds?
That's like a horrible superhero movie.
I think fly 2 inches off the ground because that's indefinite.
What do you mean that's indefinite?
Like you can always fly 2 inches off the ground, but
unless you come to a curb that is 8 inches high and then you get knocked out of the air.
But if you're invisible only for a couple seconds, that's it. Then it doesn't last that long. You know what I do want to ask though?
Okay.
Now that we're on Instagram, it reminded me of something.
What?
So have you heard the whole debate lately about Instagram? Because I know they're trying to make an Instagram for kids. And I think Caroline was telling me that there's a debate about, it's in government, right? They're trying to knock down the ability to have an Instagram specifically for kids. Did you see this?
No.
How do you feel about having Instagram for kids?
I don't like any social media for kids.
Why? What's your reasoning?
I just don't know that social media is a real healthy thing for anybody. So if I can control and take it away from kids, here it is. Is this the thing that you were just... I
think this is the story that she was telling me about. On Monday, a group of 44 attorney generals made up of both Democrats and Republicans put their signatures on a letter addressed to Mark Zuckerberg, encouraging him to axe Facebook's plan to launch a version of Instagram for kids younger than 13. Do you agree with this?
I don't agree with that because what is the purpose of social media? Like at least up until 13 years old, you want to have some, control over your children, what they see, how they react to things. Social media is so out of control, even for adults. I really think it is. My answer, my knee-jerk reaction is no.
No to what?
No specific platform for kids.
Okay, I'm going to disagree.
Just because you think that makes a better podcast?
No, I actually disagree, and I have kids, and I'll tell you why.
Why?
Number one, my kids love YouTube. They want to go on YouTube. I am grateful that I can at least have them go on YouTube Kids, and no, I still monitor what they're watching, but I know that on YouTube Kids, the platform made for kids, that they're watching relatively safe content rather than them getting onto YouTube that's meant for adults, and it's not necessarily the best content for kids. So I like that I have that option. I'm sure Alex can chime in because he's in social media. I also have right now my kids on...
Chime in. What do you think, Alex?
Facebook
Alex
Kids
is
Messenger.
a social media... Go ahead.
My only thought with that is that it seems like a great idea and a safe place for them to be, but at the same time, the unfortunate truth of a predator is, I can go to an app that just has children.
Okay, but here's my argument to that. First of all, do we know what Instagram Kids is and what kind of regulations they're having on it?
Kids don't have an ID to prove they're kids versus like if it was an adults only and they had said like prove your age, you can't prove that you're a child because you don't have identification. So no matter what they did.
So here's my argument, and I could be totally wrong, but I have my kids on Facebook Messenger, and I know you heard my phone going off during this podcast, and it's because whenever one of Abby's friends, who's 6, is calling her on Facebook Messenger, I get an alert and I see exactly what they're saying and what they're talking about. That's why my phone is going off. So I am assuming, and maybe I'm wrong, that Instagram Kids is also going to be connected to their parent or adult. So you can see everything that's going on, just like with Facebook Kids Messenger, which I like.
Well, you're assuming, and this is what I don't assume, that every parent is really on it, to see what they're consuming and then to be there to edit what they're consuming. And I'm not even worried about, I am worried about the predators, as Alex just brought up. But not only that, what about if you have, and I'm not taking a side on this, but what about advertising? Mm-hmm. What if it is something that you're really against? What if you happen to be, and I know Alex isn't because you're a gun owner in yourself, but what if you're really anti-gun? Mm-hmm. And there's an ad for toy guns. I know some parents are, anti-gun, and they don't want that to be shown to their kids, even as a toy. What kind of control are you going to have over the advertising? Like, why does Mark Zuckerberg want to make a platform for kids? Because it's more people that we can exploit. That, it's not just to give them, let's give them a park and a playground, a digital playground. This is, how can we make more money?
I just think that in this day and age, to prohibit kids from doing certain things is not going to work. It's just not going to work. I have kids. I wish that I could completely control everything they're doing all the time. And I know in reality I can't. So you just have to make sure they're informed. Not only put regulations on it, but also make sure that you're having these conversations and they're informed about the content that they're digesting, which goes
but sometimes you even inform them. Like I have kids too, and I'll say to my kids, it's so much faster if you would just make a right, left. And the kids don't listen. And the point is, the kids don't listen. I don't trust big business as far as what the big business is going to, I think that I can monitor, and Alex is right. There are people that under the guise of being a kid and pretending to be a kid can get in there, and there could be so much ugly stuff going on that way. But also for commerce, there could be ugly stuff going on that way, make it real easy for a kid to push the button and sign up for an app and do these kind of things. You're thinking now that I'm going to block all that stuff, but maybe they're not. Maybe they're not. Maybe they can make it so that kids could sign up and then they wait for the parent to turn it off, but they've already paid for 3 months subscription to.
Maybe, and that's a possibility. I just know that throughout this year in particular, when my kids were home, they weren't socializing that much because of the pandemic. The Facebook Kids Messenger has been a godsend for me because that's the way that my daughter, Abby, has been able to connect to her friends and stay connected with her friends in a safe manner, and I'm able to monitor. I don't think I would have ever signed her up for Facebook Messenger had this year not happened. And now that she's on it, it's been a really positive experience. I'm probably going to get hate for this because I know there's a lot of parents out there that don't like the social media for kids, but I'm telling you, as I'm monitoring her, she's been able to connect with her friends during a time when socializing has been kind of thrown out the window this past year. Maybe I'm wrong, but I also, hopefully that if they do come out with an Instagram for kids, I would hope they don't have filters. There's all these things that I would hope they don't have because... No, filter, you're looking at me like it's crazy, but I think it's a big problem.
Who's looking at you like you're
Alex. You weren't talking to me. Oh, okay. Sorry, I was assuming that you were looking at me when I said that, but I also think filters are a huge problem for kids and even for adults. I don't love going on live or going on Instagram anymore without putting a filter on, and I think that's problematic.
Well, you can imagine what it's like for your brother who is, we talked about on many episodes, who wants to date. But it's hard for you to meet anybody without a filter on, right?
I don't need a filter.
No,
No.
them.
Do you know what they really look like?
I know what he's asking.
Okay.
And you were being...
No, but that's a problem. But I'm not gonna judge on that. If they want to have a filter to feel better about themselves, that's not my position to judge on that.
No, he's not. You're so much more deep than that. It's more about what they say and who they are on the inside. It's about the heart for you. It's always been about the heart, the intellect, and you don't care about the look and that at all.
Well, I think that every dating app realistically is only about the looks. And they do try to put descriptions and blurbs and things like that you could write. But I've looked at those, and the only thing that those writings sometimes do is deter you, but I've never been sold by one. And Carrie's nodding her head yes.
I think the bigger issue is not as much the filters, but it's the editing apps. Like the way that these women and like people are changing the way that they look in photographs. And then like Alex is probably seeing this too, like in dating apps, but also on Instagram. It's like these people don't look like that in real life. And it's a lot for like kids, especially under 13, looking at these pictures thinking like, oh, I'm supposed to look like this person when I grow up, when really like that's not what they look like on a day-to-day basis.
It's hard. I have that problem too because I'm on Instagram and on Twitter and on TikTok, and just without a filter, I am like a walking, living thirst trap. And people look, and I think that I set a bar that is unrealistic for most people. So I get it. You can't be me, people.
No, but
children.
I have to say, I am guilty of this. Like every photo that I post, I go in and I edit my nose first because I'm self-conscious about a bump in my nose because I broke my nose a long time ago. But what kind of lesson is that giving to my kids and other kids who see all this editing and stuff that they're not supposed to be happy or content with the way that they normally look? And I'm guilty of this too because, I mean, I see all these pictures and I want to live up to it, or I'm not happy with myself or my own appearance, but it's giving off such a bad message, I think.
So I guess I won that argument. The answer is no. I don't want a platform for children.
No, but I'm saying they take away the ability. I still want filters, but don't give my kids the ability to have filters.
So, I love that you're saying that you want the platform and you just have all these red flags that go up. But these red flags come with the platform.
No, I know.
So these are reasons not to have it. So I think I won that argument. But I'd love to hear from you, in the reviews or wherever you get your podcast or watching. We read every comment. We do everything. Wait. We have a Florida Man. We're going to play Florida Man.
Okay.
We have a Florida Man musical sting that comes in. When I say play the sting.
And Kyle's here too. When Kyle's actually here, we should have him just like
Kyle, that is Kyle.
Sing
Kyle,
back up on the mic.
Kyle. Let me talk to Kyle for a minute. Kyle is the guy that does like our stings and things like that. That's him singing. Kyle's an interesting character. Kyle, how have you been doing? I want our audience to know you.
I've been pretty swell, thank you.
Are you dating during this pandemic?
No, not at all.
Not at all.
No.
He's busy singing Florida Man songs.
But he is a really good. If they wanted to follow you, what is your or even download some of your music? What is your handle?
Cindy.
I suppose the Kyle Cow.
The Kyle Cow.
Cal.
Oh, California.
With a K.
Right. And
that's the Instagram, or the music is Kalish, Kalish.
Okay. So I think that would be clear for everybody because you're actually a really good musician and a really good guy who's actually pretty funny in it himself. He's got such great road stories.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, you do.
Kyle's one of my favorite people of all time, by the way.
What's the most awkward date you ever had, Kyle?
Most awkward?
Mm-hmm.
One time I was going to hang out with this girl to watch a movie at her place, and I really had to pee, but I didn't want to do it in her house.
Wait. Let's stop right there. Most people who, I haven't dated in like 40 some odd years, but most people talk about dating and not doing it in their house. It's usually involves shitting. Poop. I've never heard of somebody not want to pee in somebody's house. Did you have broccoli? Why did you not want to pee?
I was like 16. I was just a little nervous. So.
Do you pee standing up or sitting down?
Both. It depends.
All in one piss?
Sometimes. No, typically if it's the middle of the night, I'll sit down because I don't want to miss. But
during the day, you don't mind missing?
Well, I could see where I'm aiming.
Okay. You know how I taught Kyle works with my son. You know how I taught him how to aim?
How?
I know, Caroline, you don't know. I was asking if Kyle. Oh, I used to build like paper boats or put Cheerios in the toilet, and we would have to fire at the Cheerios or the boats.
I feel like he still does that.
Who?
Alex.
You watch my son pee, Caroline?
No.
He's nodding his head. He still does it.
He does.
Another fun fact, Kyle, don't you have my brother's name tattooed on you?
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead. So you're at this girl's house. You have to pee.
So, yeah, I was sitting out in my car waiting for her to, I don't know, get home or something, and I really had to pee.
Wait. You're waiting for her to get home? You're a stalker. You're a fucking stalker.
That's why he didn't want to go in her house. No one was home.
She wasn't there.
This was before I started stalking.
No, but you said you're outside of the house in your car and she's not home.
Yeah, we were meeting up.
Okay.
So, I had an empty Mountain Dew bottle in the car, so I figured I would just take a pee in the bottle. And usually to pee in a bottle, you should be standing or on your knees, not sitting, in a seat. I learned the hard way, and I tried peeing sitting down, and the bottle's at an angle, so it fills up faster at an angle rather than being straight. And I got pee all over myself.
Did you still go on the date?
Did she come home?
Yeah.
What did you say?
I had some napkins in the car, so I just dabbed at it. I had some Febreze.
You had napkins and Febreze. These are dating essentials. Meet me at 8, bring your napkins and Febreze. This is going to be a wet date.
Yeah.
So did she not wonder why your pants were wet and what the odor of Febreze was for?
She probably wondered. She didn't ask, though.
Did you go out with her a second time?
No.
No. Where did you take her?
Oh, we just watched a movie at her place.
Oh, you went in the house?
Yeah.
Did she not see that you had a big wet spot in the front of your pants?
I'm not sure. She probably did. Probably has something to do with never having a second date, I would think.
Okay.
Maybe she didn't think it was pee.
What else would it be?
Go ahead, Jackie.
No, I don't want to.
Ember, what do you think? Caroline? Anything to add?
No.
Hearing Kyle's story as young ladies, would that turn you off? A young, moist man with the odor of Febreze? Parked outside your house? Does that sound like a real catch for anybody? Kyle, like my son, Kyle is also single. So there's a corner. What?
They're all single.
They're all single. And we don't know why.
Yeah.
We'll tell you stories and you can think of it for yourself. But ladies, they're here for the taking.
Let's go on with Florida Man game.
Go ahead.
So we changed it up a little bit. We decided not to do the 3 rounds, to go back to the way we were doing it before, where there's only 1 round. So I am going to tell you, well, first of all, if you don't know already and you haven't listened to the podcast, usually there's crazy headlines that come out of Florida. You could look it up. They're insane most of the time. I don't know why, mostly Florida, but that's the way it seems to be. So I look up, actually now Caroline looked up some Florida Man headlines. We have 2 of them. I'm going to read them off, and we are going to guess which one is true and which one is false. And since Caroline looked them up, I get to guess with you because I don't know the answer now.
Okay, that's great. So here are the 2 stories.
All right.
The first one.
The first one is a group of Florida campers were arrested after selling marijuana to the elderly, questioning how else are kids under 15 supposed to make money? Yeah?
Okay, so here's what that doesn't sound like crazy. Florida, everybody camps. I mean, most people live in a campground or a trailer park. And elderly people, that's where those are the customers. And you get people, and I think a lot of elderly people are high. That's why they eat dinner at 4:30 in Florida. If you're high, if you smoke at 3, you're going to want dinner at 4. Does that make sense? And I don't know that anybody knows that the early bird special is a big Florida thing. So older people in Florida eat early because they're high and they're sold their pot from 15-year-olds. So
it also does make sense because how are under 15-year-olds supposed to make money? You can't really be hired unless you get a work permit, which doesn't really happen that often. I know Alex my brother found creative ways to make money.
He didn't sell drugs to older people.
No. But he found creative ways to make money because you can't get a job when you're under 15.
I love that not only are we haven't guessed if this is more correct than the other one, but the fact that you're condoning it and giving them a little pat on the back because how else can a child make money?
I'm just saying it makes sense.
Okay. Next story is?
Bikini-clad Florida woman claims cops were called by someone jealous that her body looks so good. Body looked good. I added so. So someone called the cops just because her body looked good.
Wow.
Or that was her claim.
Really?
Well, why would the cops even come for that?
What would the charge? Like, what would you call? You got to get here. You. I don't know what to say. Like, what would you be charged with?
But why would the cops even bother coming out there? That doesn't make sense to me.
Because they have tattoos?
No, I'm going to go with...
I was thinking tit for tat. No, okay. I'm going to go with the young people selling pot to older people.
I agree. That makes more sense to me.
Because the truth of the matter is that it is, I don't know if in the state of Florida it's legalized yet. Mm-hmm. I know it is in California, and I know that medicinal marijuana can be used for glaucoma, which a lot of older people have. So if they didn't want to go to a dispensary, but a young kid in their complex had access to pot, they would probably get it there. So I'm going to go with the young campers selling pot to older people.
I agree.
Caroline?
All right, here it comes. We're pulling up the article, and it is the bikini.
Oh, we were both wrong.
Oh, my God. I would imagine, we're looking at the picture, and you should go to YouTube to see what the picture is, but I think they should have called her for her upper lip. What is going on there?
What, Dad? Don't be mean.
No, but is that a problem?
No, it's just a bad picture.
Of her upper lip? Is that what a menorah looks like? So a Florida woman arrested on a disorderly intoxication charge claims the only reason the cops were called. Oh, okay. So she is called for a disorderly intoxication. She's saying that's good. That's self-esteem.
Yeah.
So you're lying there in a puddle of your own puke. The cops come and take you away, and you go, oh, look at this. I must be looking good in this two-piece. I bet you that's why they're pulling me out of my own vomit and everything, because I look too hot in the two-piece. Anyway, that was Florida Man. So that was Florida Man. Play the outro.
Do we have an outro?
Same one.
Oh.
No. The Florida Man outro. I know, that's okay. It's all right. It's all right.
No, but I do think it is time for our outro.
That was Kyle singing.
Yeah. No.
You know what? When you hear that song in the studio, it smells like pee and Febreze.
Yeah. Everywhere he goes.
Everywhere he goes. That's his scent.
Anyways, before you go, though, make sure that you follow us and you leave a review wherever you listen to podcasts.
Can I just say I have so much more to do, but I'll save it for the next one. I got a whole bunch of prank calls, and we have listeners that have done prank calls and have had me do pranks, and we're going to do Instagram Live more where they're going to come on and show us their talents also. And I'm going to be going backstage at AGT and talking to my fellow. We got so much.
Not only that, Dad, we have guests coming in to do pranks with you too.
Yeah, guests and big stars. I'm not going to tell you who they are right now, but you are going to be surprised, and they're going to dazzle us. We have so much to do, but until then,
make sure that you follow us and leave a review wherever you listen to podcasts, and you can subscribe to our YouTube channel as well so you can watch it there.
The other thing that I was going to say was that after you read that, would have normally been the cue for the outro music. But Ember
already played it.
She already played it. So it was played earlier. I don't want to overplay it. So just bye.